It's always something with the creek. What's going on, guys? New day, new task. If you guys haven't seen the last video, we mounted the differential in place, and today I'm gonna make some gussets for the rear differential bracket, and then I'm gonna make the brackets for the Viscous cup mount. And I'm also gonna do the crossbar for the top of the differential to mount to the frame rails. I went to Home Depot and the P.O. box. I was looking for some super glue. Couldn't find it last night, so I bought another one. Got some undercoating for when everything's all nicely welded in place. Got some washers for the 17 mil holding the rear diff. And got a bunch of new cookies from Home Depot because I feel like these work a ton better than the bundle of cheapness at Harbor Freight, although they work great. And I bought some tape for my tape gun because, you know, I shipped out so many stuff last week that I ran out. So got some of that. Got some smaller square tubing from Home Depot as well because I may, you know, come up with a way to use this as a mounting point for the Viscous bracket. But I have this lying around just to have options. It may not be the way I'm going to do it, but we'll get into it when we get into it. Went to the P.O. box. Got a box in my P.O. and yeah, I have no clue what it is, but we're gonna open it right meow. We have a note inside, guys. Let's see what it says. Dana, here is some stuff for you to use as garage decorations on projects and keep the cats entertained. Keep up the channel and your positive attitude. Mike. Yo, Mike. What do we have here? So we got some cloth, because you know I like using old ass cloth. Throw the shit in the laundry and reuse it, but it does not hurt to have some new ones. Even though they're new, I kind of just want to, you know, put them away, you know what I'm saying? More cloth, and holy shit, guys. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but there's some Hot Wheels in here. Damn. All right, let's go. Oh, where's Lucy at? This one's cool. This one's definitely cool. This looks like a freaking mouse on steroids. Lucy, she's sleeping right now. I don't want to bother her. What else we got in here? Oh. I suppose I'm not supposed to damage this. So, oh, we got a bag. Hell yeah. What's in here? Oh. All the boost. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, snap. Catnip. Oh, she loves this. She is sleeping, guys. She is sleeping. And then here we got, whoa, Honda City. So there's a Honda location over here that has a right-hand drive Honda City in their showroom with the matching bike, and that thing is in pristine condition. Like, damn. We have a white EF hatch with the Gretty decal, and then we have the black one. Hell yeah. To you and everybody else that sends me surprise mail in the P.O. box, I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for all the love you guys have been giving me. It's unreal. I did just extended my P.O. box for another 6 months. So if you guys want to continue sending me some mad love, feel free to do so. One thing I did notice today was the filter screen for my GoPro case. And I saw this when I was editing yesterday's video. All the little speck that's stuck on the lens right there is really distorting the quality because it's stuck on the lens itself. So I might either have to get another one or just not run it at all, but that's unfortunate. Now, if you guys are regular on the channel, you guys should already be used to me saying we lost the daylight. So I took a phone call from 79th Production, and we were kind of talking about the Honda YouTube challenge, kind of going over everything that we need to check before going on the long drive, especially a modified car, because we're not trailering. We spoke about some of the potential things that can go bad during the trip, and to add it to the checklist before heading to Mississippi. So we spoke about that. We spoke about a whole bunch of other things. We spoke about the channels and stuff for this year, and we lost the daylight. But before I close the garage tonight, guys, I want to at least make the top part for the front differential mounting points. And then once I get this plate drilled out exactly to this, find another short 17 mil bolt, bolt it in place. I'm gonna go underneath the car, measure the frame rails to see how long I need to make my crossbar, not this one, and decide whether I want to use round tubing or square tubing right there. I want to at least get this tackled tonight, and then tomorrow we'll focus on the Viscous cup mounting points, and then the car can almost officially be back on the floor. Apparently my time lapse wasn't rolling, but I'm gonna explain to you guys how I got these holes to be exact. So I went through my bolt bin. I found several bolts that are great candidates for this project tonight, right now. And it always pays to have a bolt bin, right? So these 4 right here are 14 millimeter bolts, and I have plenty of 14 millimeter nut, and I'm going to be using these for the Viscous cup. There are 2 mounting brackets on there, so 2 for each, and we'll get to that tomorrow. But I have 2, well, they're 3 lengths, but I'm going to use probably these 2 right here, since this is not that thick anyways, and an inch of that into the differential is more than enough threads. So what I did was I pretty much straightened the flat stock on the differential mounting holes right here, and then I marked it on the flat stock right there, something like that, right? And then I marked it all the way across, kind of figured out where my bolt placement was going to be at on here, right? And then I pretty much marked a cross line, and then I drilled out where they were intercepting, and just big enough for a 17 millimeter bolt, no excess play, no nothing, and that right there bolts up to this perfectly. Let me show you guys. So these holes were exactly where they're supposed to be at, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this leg off, because obviously that's as far as we're going to have as far as edge goes, and I'm going to match this to the other side, cut that, and then I got to make my crossbar, see where this part right here lands on the crossbar, weld it, cut the excess off, fully weld it, and then I'm going to make triangle gussets right here to support this guy from flopping up or down, and then we'll have this all prepped up for tomorrow. My fingers are super cold, but gotta get this done. Gotta get this done, dude. Let's get it. Okay. So right here you can see the mounting spot for the differential, and we have a lot of room in between to go from there to here. And what I'm going to be measuring is from this frame rail right there, right, to right here. Now it's always important to cut extra and trim to fit, instead of just making one, you know, guesstimated guess on length. We look to be exactly 31 inches. I'm gonna put my thumb right on it, right here. 31. Right there. And I'm gonna cut it at 31, and then obviously I'm gonna have to trim to fit once we make the plates. But right now I'm gonna take the flat stock, bolt it up to this guy right here, and the cool part about that little trap door right there, I can tighten up the 17 millimeters from inside the trunk. So I'm gonna bolt that up real quick, cut out my piece, get an eyeball measurement of where the crossbar is gonna be, and then make my plates for it right here somewhere. Alright guys, so I cut 31 inches of round tubing instead of square tubing, because I went underneath the car to look at the frame rails. Where the bar meets the frame rail, there's really not that much room here to put a 2-inch square tubing, so I opt for the round tubing just because I have it lying around, and instead of going back to the store tomorrow to buy a smaller square tubing, I'm just going to use my resources that I currently have. And these are the platings that I'm going to use to weld the round tubing onto before the frame rail. And the good thing about being at 31 inches and being a 1/4 inch too long, I can trim it to fit because I have to compensate 2 3/16 plates on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, get these all down to bare metal, kind of tape these up into the frame rail, and then trim the bar to fit. And once we get everything kind of like sitting in place, we'll whip the MIG welder out, tack it into place, bring it back out, and weld it. Easy access. Oh, and I also have a trap door for my fuel pump when I had the tank in here. Ghetto. So here is the crossbar, right? That mounts up just like that. Now it was a little tricky on the frame rail because the frame rail is actually slanted, right there. And I had to measure a million times and make one cut and make that slant symmetrical on the other side. You can see it right here where I cut it at a slant, right? But I got it to work on the first shot, near closed gap on both sides, right? I tacked it right here in the bottom. And now what I'm gonna do before I close the garage, I'm gonna weld all that completely, and then I'll continue making gussets tomorrow, bolt this back onto the diff, and then sand down the frame rails tomorrow, bolt this guy back onto the diff, and then we'll fully weld it all the way around, and then that'll be that for the differential. Every morning is a task, guys. I wake up, I gotta feed the cats before I feed myself. I fed Mel, I fed Lucy way up top over there, and I fed the other 4 cats on the side of the house. But we are back here in the garage ready to rumble, and we got a package in the mail. Oh yeah. So I ordered this 2 days ago because if I do make it to the track, I'm sorry I didn't explain this to you guys. Track is this Sunday, the 6th, and I was supposed to be tuning the CRX, but I don't have any money for it. So I bought the jacket because if we go faster than 11:49, we need a fire jacket. So I ordered one from Submit Racing, you know, in blue, of course, because I don't know, I got to stand out, you know what I'm saying? So this is a RJS Racing equipped SF5 3-2A1 fire jacket, which is good for the 1140 index, and if we go any faster, then we go faster. I was supposed to bring the CRX out this weekend, which is 3 days, but I don't know if I'm going to take it out because I haven't tuned the car. I hate hitting up my tuner last minute to try to get it tuned, especially 3 days away from track. The car is ready to go as is, but I just don't have the funds to do it, and it's probably too late to get a trailer anyways. I didn't sell the GSR blade, so I don't have the funds to get that ready, but I heard that it may also postpone just because of rain, and if it does get postponed, then it gives me time to get the car ready for the next track event, so that's good for me. But regardless, if I don't go 11:49 or faster now, I at least have a jacket for when I do so later in the future. So last night I got this fully welded up right there on the end plates, the plate to the diff to the crossbar, right, and the other end as well. So what I'm going to do as of right now is I'm going to make some gussets right here, probably one in the middle and one on the end as well, to give this extra strength so it doesn't, you know, bow the diff down or whatever the case may be. And then we're going to get this mocked up inside the car, get it fully welded, and move up to the Viscous coupler right there in the center of the car. So before I put the front crossbar on, I painted the top part of it black because it'll be kind of hard to shoot the top part of it when it's already installed. So I just got everything welded up right there, and over here that's all bolted up, and now I am going to spray everything black and move over to the Viscous cup. But the back end, guys, is 100% done, and we are getting closer. So I'm gonna get the Viscous mounts in place, and then once we get that fixed, I'm gonna pull these guys back out so I can paint all of this guy right here and then mount it up for the last time. All right, guys, so I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half trying to figure out how I was gonna mount a Viscous coupler. So originally, I'm gonna insert this picture right here. Originally, I wanted to do something like this, but because my Viscous cup is so offset in the tunnel that, you know, I don't have the Viscous sitting dead center to make those brackets. So I had to make some legs coming off the tunnel, and I'll show you guys in a little bit, to get to where the Viscous cup mounting tabs are at. So this is what I did as far as making one of my mounts of 4 out of square tubing. So this right here is kind of how I'm going to have it mounted. I'm going to ground that frame out right there so I can have bare metal to weld the bracket to. And the one in the front right here should be the same style. And the one on this side is going to be a little bit shorter and obviously less of an angle. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock this out because this piece right here was kind of time consuming, and I got to cut everything I need before it's too late to cut into the night. So I'm just going to knock it out, and I'm going to show you guys pretty much how this comes out. Alright, you guys, we got the Viscous coupler mounted in place. No more jack stands other than the front drive shaft, which we still need to shorten and take to the drive shaft shop. But for the most part, these are the brackets right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, the welds on here looks good, but the welds to the chassis, I am not satisfied. I didn't realize how thin the material was. I thought it was like double layered or something, but it kept blowing through. Right now they are secured, but I don't know how long, due to vibration and stuff, this may break off. And when it does happen, I'm gonna try to get the car way up higher, because I only have like a foot gap between the floor and, you know, the frame of the car, and it's really hard to do this underneath the car like this. So next time I do this, if I have to, I'm gonna plate it and then weld the brackets to the plate and then the plate to the frame. But for now, hopefully this will do the job, and I'm gonna make a strap just in case, you know, it does break or whatever. The strap can hold the Viscous from dragging on the floor. So that wraps it up for this video, guys. I can't work out here any longer because the propane is completely dead, and I need to fill that up tomorrow so we can continue working late into the night like this. The 4-wheel drive conversion is almost done. All we got to do is shorten the front drive shaft to length, and then we can work on the fuel cell. I can't wait to turn this car on and then drive it around, because once everything's good and dandy, I'm going to start doing the turbo kit and hopefully get this thing turboed and tuned by mid-January, so we can have several weeks to drive the car, make sure everything's all good before we go on our long journey. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's progress, and I should have already done the live video this morning, and this video came right after, but if you missed the live video, feel free to go back a video before this one and see if you're the lucky winner. And if you are, please contact me so I can get the key tags to you. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.